Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With us, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
I just ate an Angry Whopper.
And I am your far too aptly named Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey. I hope everyone's having a great evening. Scribbles, how you doing, man?
I am doing well. I have my requisite Dr. Pepper. And I had it was a busy day at work, and then it was a busy day at work after work, but I'll talk about that later.
Satsu, how you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Okay. As predicted, yes, I'm having a rough one. Ran out of my medicines, and this is the medicine that keeps my skin from hurting. Being uncomfortable in your own skin sucks, but that's all we're going to talk about with that. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, hit that like button and share our stuff. I'm going to get that out of the way before I say anything else, because otherwise I will forget. Do we have anything to talk about before we actually jump into news and stuff? Good. Satsu, you going to be gaming tonight again?
I'm thinking about it. I did do a stream before this, so
okay.
Maybe not. I think if I don't stream tonight, I'm absolutely doing it tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, because we are off tonight, guys. Right? We are off.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're off tonight. We won't be gaming. We won't be back until Friday. I watched your game stream last night, man. You made me not want to play that game.
Well, it's only that an issue when you stream it. You know what I mean?
No, not the problems with the game that you had. That's not what he's playing. What Metro Exodus?
Exodus.
And no, to me, it was every 2 seconds that there was cutscenes and stuff. It was like reliving Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah, it was like a super sporadic kind of what the fuck is happening now, and then you have control, and then okay, I guess we're doing this now, and then it's kind of, I don't know, like the other Metros were really good with that, and when they had cutscenes, they were like these really isolated, somewhat long cutscenes. But this game, it's a bit much, kind of.
Like every 2 fucking seconds, wait, is he in a cutscene again?
It reminded me of Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, or Wolfenstein 2 or whatever, because man, like 60% of that game is just these long ass unskippable cutscenes.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Let me skip cutscenes first of all. I don't mind if you make me watch them the first time around. The second time around, I better be able to skip them.
There's also a whole lot of what the fuck is going on right now in that game.
From what I understand, to really appreciate Metro Exodus, you have to have played the other games and also have an appreciation for the lore in a deep way.
I mean, I love the other games. They were really fun and the stories were fine, but like the cutscenes are really strange because there's a lot of talking over each other. Like a lot of the characters just speak over each other. So there's like multiple conversations going on at once, and shit just happens out of nowhere. And you're just like, how did that happen? Like, I need an explanation for what just took place because I don't know why it just happened.
Mash says we have a birthday. Whose birthday? Whose birthday we got, guys? I'm happy to sing. You know that. And tell me who that is, and then we'll move on with the rest of the show. We'll get that out of the way because I like the singing stuff.
Like sing about the moon and June and spring.
Yeah, I was enjoying my Borderlands Enhanced Edition, which I downloaded after I was supposed to have. I was playing that while you were playing. I was just like, God damn, if he's in another fucking cutscene, I'm just gonna turn this shit off.
Yeah, they're really long, those cutscenes, man. Holy shit.
Patrice Ripley.
Who?
Patrice Ripley. That's the birthday.
Is that somebody watching? Patrice,
yes,
are you out
Patrice.
there? There you are, Patrice. Hi, Patrice. Sorry.
She's got her own channel with like streams and stuff. So
damn. Well, Patrice, it's your birthday, and around these parts, this is what we do. And a 1 and a 2 Happy birthday to you.
This is your only chance to escape, Patrice.
Happy birthday to you.
It's too late. You're trapped now.
Happy birthday, dear Patrice.
I tried to save you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Patrice. I hope you had a good one. I like birthdays. Birthdays are fun. Y'all should. Anybody who's like, oh, I don't want people to know about my birthday. Fuck that. Wear a birthday boy or birthday girl shirt and enjoy your damn birthdays. With that, Scribbles, did we have news today? Because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't look at a whole bunch today.
Oh my God, we have breaking news.
Oh no, what broke?
Ex-Obama counsel expects to be charged soon in Mueller-related case.
Oh.
Oh.
What they do?
Well, apparently I can tell you the first paragraph because the New York Times wants me to pay. Lawyers for Gregory B. Craig, a White House counsel in the Obama administration, expect him to be indicted in the coming days on charges related to his work for the Russia-aligned government of Ukraine. This case apparently stems from some of the Manafort investigation. I would tell you more, but I can't.
All right.
So, yeah, anyway, the Mueller investigation and its peripheral fallout continues. What does this have to do with Trump? Nothing. But it also shows that it's not completely a Republican necessarily aligned situation. So, but we kind of knew that already.
Indeed.
So if I find a CNN story that covers the same stuff, I will relay that shortly. But the other basic news of the day, Mnuchin says Treasury is unable to comply with the deadline for Trump's tax returns. Oh no, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin informed Congress early Wednesday evening that his department would be unable to comply with House Democrats' deadline for President Donald Trump's tax returns. In a letter Wednesday to House Ways and Means Chairman Richard Neal, Mnuchin said that, quote, the Treasury Department will not be able to complete its review by the April 10th deadline Democrats had given Internal Revenue Service Commissioner Charles Rettig to turn over 6 years of Trump's personal and business tax returns. Highlighting what he called the, quote, unprecedented nature of this request, unquote, Mnuchin said that he would be overseeing the Treasury's handling of the request and that the Department of Justice was being consulted, quote, to ensure that our response is fully consistent with the law and Constitution, unquote. Quote, the committee's request raises serious issues concerning the constitutional scope of congressional investigative authority, the legitimacy of the asserted legislative purpose, and the constitutional rights of American citizens, he added. A week after Neal made his formal request for Trump's tax information, including information on 8 of the president's business entities, Democrats are fully anticipating a drawn-out political and legal showdown as the administration digs in and Democrats prepare to go to court. Because all efforts to prove him somehow criminally liable in a collusion case failed, so now let's just keep dwelling on his tax returns, which we've been complaining about since 2016.
Yep.
That last part was my addition.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're even trying to move forward, that the administration isn't fighting it yet.
Well, you could see this as kind of like fighting it because they're saying, I mean, this is them saying we're not going to turn him over because what you've asked for is unreasonable. And Trump has said outright and directly that he will not turn over his tax returns. So,
well, that's not what he said. He said he won't do it while he's under audit and that he's always under audit.
Well, yes, he's always under audit, right?
So,
is he though? Is he really? Not that it really matters. Like I say, I couldn't care less about his tax returns or anybody else's, short of there being some evidence of criminality. So, anyway.
Real quick, Peter asks if there was anything wrong with his returns when the IRS have done something about it by now. Even if there's not, I mean, Trump is not wrong when he says, wealthy people are often just audited always.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are so many loopholes they're allowed to jump through. And yeah, so some of these guys, yeah, they get hit every year.
Speaking of rich people, how about Bernie Sanders?
Oh, what's our millionaire friend up to now?
Well, it's funny that you say it that way, Monkey, because we have some analysis from our favorite friend at CNN, Chris Cillizza.
Can't wait. Okay.
Bernie Sanders' truly awful answer on his newfound millionaire status. Newfound? I think he's been a millionaire for a while now.
It's been a while.
Bernie Sanders is, parentheses, finally, parentheses, going to release his tax returns. But questions over how he handles his wealth in the context of his campaign for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination remain. And the early returns should be concerning, to Sanders' backers. Early returns. The early tax returns, you mean?
I'm guessing.
In an interview with the New York Times on Tuesday, Sanders said that, quote, April 15th is coming, adding, quote, we wanted to release 10 years of tax returns. April 15th, 2019 will be the 10th year, so I think you will see them, unquote. Sanders...
That'll be the 10th. He didn't pay taxes before then?
Well, no, like this year will be the 10th year, so he'll release everything from 2018 back to 2008.
But that's an arbitrary 10. Okay, anyway, real quick, three-sided coin. Thank you. So mad about this. We've gone to war in Yemen, on the brink of wars in Venezuela, Iran, Israel, and these assholes are worried about damn tax returns they won't even understand. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I understand that.
Let's see. Sanders, despite effectively running for president without pause since 2015, has released only a single year's tax return for 2014. Reminded by the Times reporter that he is now someone of considerable means, Sanders retorted, quote, I wrote a best-selling book. If you write a best-selling book, you can be a millionaire too, unquote.
Learn to write.
Yeah, Chris Cillizza says, what? Sanders got a pass on some of his acerbicness during the 2016 presidential campaign because A, most people didn't think he could win, and B, others found it part of his cantankerous but righteous personality. But let's think about that campaign for another minute. Okay, Chris, I'm thinking about it. Close your eyes, and imagine if Hillary Clinton, who beat Sanders for the Democratic nomination, unfairly, we might add. I mean, she might have cheated in a contest she was going to win anyway, but she still cheated. Yeah. When asked about the extent of her wealth, said, and this is Hillary saying, quote, I wrote a best-selling book. If you write a best-selling book, you can be a millionaire too, unquote. She would have been pilloried. Hillary pilloried?
Okay, Chris. First of all, yeah, according to Sanders, he became a millionaire because of the book, though. It would have been asinine for Hillary to have said that.
Yeah, and Hillary was a millionaire before all this stuff. She was a millionaire while she was still first lady.
She was a millionaire when she was first lady of Arkansas.
She would have been pilloried. People would have blasted Clinton for being out of touch with the average person who, Chris, did you just...
He did. Real quick, Cryptic, thank you. Only in America we can have a commie millionaire. That's not true. The leaders of communist parties are often very, very, very wealthy. Very wealthy.
I just want to explain this to listeners at home. I'm going to read it as it is written. People would have blasted Clinton for being out of touch with the average person who, OBVI, doesn't have the opportunity to write a book, best-selling or not. Telling the average middle-class American that they too can be rich if they only write a best-selling book is like telling them that if they would just star in a movie, then they could be a big star too. Yes, it's true. No, for almost everyone, it's not realistic.
One, everybody can write a book.
Yes.
They might not be able to write a very good book, but everyone can write a book.
Hi, SDA.
Sorry, Chris.
Oh, wait.
As for he is right about just write a best-selling book. That's the part where it becomes a douche thing.
In 2016, Clinton was the front runner. Yeah, tell us about your predictions regarding Clinton, Chris. And most of the attention and energy in the political media was focused on her. Not really, Chris. You want to go back to your own writing on the subject back then? But now Sanders is one of the front runners. Is he? Is he really? Which means that he simply cannot be as dismissive, curt, or out of touch as his write a best-selling book comments come off, except he was. Then there is the broader problem of Sanders' wealth, as it relates to his core campaign message that, quote, millionaires and billionaires, unquote, have cornered far too much wealth and power in this country and need to be reined in by a more activist federal government. Now that Sanders is one of those millionaires and billionaires, it could complicate that message and his appeal as the underfunded outsider taking on the moneyed interest in Washington. You're right about that, Chris. You're absolutely right about that. We all knew that the moment he said he was a millionaire, but thank you for that analysis.
Cryptic again, thank you. Sorry, communism hasn't been done correctly. Indeed, indeed.
Faiz Shakir, Sanders' campaign manager, told CNN on Tuesday night that the senator, quote, believes in opportunity for all, and the fact that he is someone who has personally benefited from that opportunity is something that he feels should be a shared opportunity with everyone else.
Oh,
hold on. He's made some money off a book, and I think that the opportunity that he has had is evaporating for so many others. He feels that strongly, unquote.
Oh, so now he's for equality of opportunity.
Yes.
Now that he has millions, he's all about no, not equality of outcome, y'all. That ain't what I meant. That ain't at all what I meant when I talked about equality of outcome. No, I meant equality of opportunity.
Sanders, talking to the Times, tried to draw a line between himself and the likes of President Donald Trump, a self-described billionaire. Quote, not being a billionaire, not having investments in Saudi Arabia, wherever he has investments all over the world, mine will be a little bit more boring, Sanders said of his returns when compared to those of Trump's, which you guys have not actually seen yet, so you don't know shit about him. Okay, on the most practical level, Sanders is right. He isn't as rich as Trump. There's a big difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. Yeah, what is that difference, Chris? Is it 3 zeros by any chance? And there's no reason that someone who is wealthy can't speak powerfully about the economic plight of the less fortunate and the deeply negative impact the wealthiest of Americans are having on society. But this is politics. And the combination of Sanders now being a member of the economic strata he has long derided and his totally tone-deaf answer on how he got there spells at least the potential for trouble down the line for the Vermont senator.
So now the line isn't just millionaires, it's wow, billionaires.
Yeah, Sanders, yeah.
Wow.
He's no longer a front runner. I hate to say
really?
It. Yeah, no, that is my completely armchair political analysis, which is right up there with Chris Cillizza.
As soon as his taxes do come out, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, because if he hadn't based his entire ethos around this, underdog, poor guy, rambling old man kind of thing, then it might not be that big a deal. But now that he's a confirmed millionaire and he just said, let them eat cake to everybody, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you.
Look, I remember, I don't remember if I talked about this on this show or Monkey in the Morning last night, but I do very, very vividly remember having arguments with Bernie supporters in 2016 who would tell me he's not rich because he only had $400,000, y'all.
Yeah.
You can't make that anymore. Now it's like, oh, he's only a millionaire. It doesn't quite have that same ring to it, does it?
I need to write a best-selling book is what I need to do.
Well, if you write a best-selling book, you can be a millionaire too. For me to be a millionaire, I need somebody to hit that link that Nuts just threw into chat.
I keep telling you, but you don't listen to me, Scribe. It's good.
I know. Now, what Monkey needs is like Mr. Beast to show up.
Yes,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, are you listening? There's a Streamlabs in the chat there. Monkey needs a reclining computer station. Well,
before you move on.
Okay.
Sorry, I just saw this, so this is breaking news to me. Earl Thomas Conley died.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a huge fan of his, and I love his work. Damn, R.I.P. my friend. Thanks for the memories.
77 or something, I think.
Yeah, 77. Man, damn, I wasn't expecting that. It's one of those things that I see it, and again, it immediately reminded me of Mom. So it was like, oh, damn.
Oh.
So, all right, what else we got?
Well, speaking of things dying, I guess if that's the segue I can go into.
That's a horrible segue.
I know, isn't it though? The
The
National Enquirer is up for sale.
Cool.
American Media Incorporated is looking for a buyer for the National Enquirer. Hey, Bernie, I got an investment for your $1 million. The scandal-hungry tabloid, which has been beset by scandals of its own making in the past year, is on the block, along with American media's other tabloid magazines. American Media CEO David Pecker confirmed the plan on Wednesday after the Washington Post reported that the company has come under, quote, intense pressure, unquote, to part ways with the Enquirer. The pressure has come from the company's board of directors and from its controlling shareholder, Chatham Asset Management, the Post reported. According to the newspaper, Chatham's managing partner, Anthony Melchior, not sure, was concerned about both, quote, the financial difficulties of the tabloid business and the Enquirer's tactics. You're now worried about the Enquirer's tactics. Have you been alive for the last 30 years?
You know why?
Why?
Because they helped bury some of the Trump scandals.
Yeah, which is something they've never done for anyone else ever before, I'm sure.
Real quick, 3-sided coin. Thank you. People are dumb. Open Secrets has had his net worth, I'm guessing, Bernie, for years, and I wouldn't consider him rich, not compared to my clients. He's still rich compared to most people.
Yeah. He's a millionaire with a best-selling book. Just go write that best-selling book. Even if his money isn't like that big of a deal, and ultimately I don't really give a shit, his attitude, given his campaign platform, doesn't jive. And so he's already shot himself in the foot rhetorically. So anyway, not much more to the story other than it's up for sale. Who would buy the Enquirer at this point?
Oh, CNN. Johnny Hellcat, thank you so much. Bat Boy hangs his head in shame. Indeed.
Ooh, you know what would be cool? If Jeff Bezos buys it just to close it.
Oh, that would be funny.
That'd be like a big fuck you kind of thing. That'd be kind of funny. And my last story is a tragic tale. It also deals with a kind of demise. I won't say death, but a demise of a kind. And this is really, I think, an American tragedy. Instagram star is filmed sobbing over the prospect of a 9-to-5 job and insists she isn't cut out for work after her account boasting 113,000 followers was deleted for being spam.
Did you watch the video?
Oh, I've watched a couple of videos. Plus, when I saw her picture today, I thought to myself, why is she so familiar? Oh, right. She's the girl that Ice Poseidon had fuck a robot dildo on Pornhub.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I was like, I've seen that face before. Why do I remember that face? And I remember her. Oh, is that really her? That is really her. I do have something to say about this girl, though. We'll get there. Well, if the story doesn't say it first. A social media star, and I'm going to put that in quotation marks, even though the Daily Mail doesn't, has posted a tearful video online, sobbing over the prospect of having to get a 9-to-5 job after her Instagram account was taken down. Jesse.
Hang on. Baba Jack, thank you. RIP Doolittle Raiders. Feel better, monkey. Thank you so much.
Jesse Taylor, 21, from Tampa, Florida, who boasted more than 113,000 followers, said that she isn't cut out for work because she is worthless and brings nothing to the table. Sharing a video to YouTube, the vlogger explained she was in the middle of editing when she realized her account had been deleted and that she fears she'll end up a homeless prostitute without her Instagram account, even though presently she's a homed prostitute or former prostitute. I'm not quite sure. Breaking down in tears, she said that she needs her Instagram account for her career and can't go back to working at McDonald's, although she didn't specify exactly how she earns money from her account. It's believed Instagram deleted her account after it was reported as spam by trolls. She then launched a teary tirade against her trolls, explaining that she was once a sex worker but got out of the industry and now makes all her money online. In the teary clip, which has racked up more than 183,000 views, Jessie says, quote, "I'm trying to get it back. I'm calling everybody I can, and I don't know why it's not working out for me. I'm in LA because of this. I'm in LA because I want to be on Instagram. I'm nothing without my following. I am nothing without my following. And when people try to hate on me or report me, I'm literally trying to be a fucking better person. I want to say to everybody that's reporting me, think twice because you're ruining my life because I make all of my money online, all of it, and I don't want to lose that." She continued, quote, "I know people like to see me be down and be like them and the 90%ers, the people who work 9 to 5. That is not me. I am in LA to not be like that. I've worked so fucking hard to get where I'm at, and for that to get taken from me is the worst feeling in the world. It literally sucks having people want to come after you for no reason. I don't think people understand that this is my life," unquote. She has since set up a new Instagram account, which currently has 3,500 followers. Quote, "I was a prostitute. I used to strip every single day. I don't do that anymore because I make all of my money online," she continued. "I don't want to go back to that life. From the bottom of my heart, it sucks. And the people who are laughing at this and plotting to get my account deleted, imagine if you were in my shoes. I was abandoned by my family. I've been backstabbed by everyone I know. To be in my shoes for once, because I guarantee you, none of you would last in my shoes. What some of you guys have to realize is I have no skills. I'm $20,000 in debt from college, so I can't even go to college if I wanted to." But you went to okay.
Yeah.
I used to work at McDonald's before I did YouTube, Instagram, before I had 100,000 followers, before I had everything in my life. I was a fucking loser. Stop reporting me on Instagram. The last thing I want to be is a homeless prostitute in the fucking street doing meth.
Real quick, thank you, Frosted Glass. Mr. Stark, I'm nothing without my following. Yeah. I don't understand why she could be a whore before and wasn't a meth whore, but now she's going to be one.
Well, okay, now, so real quick. But when I saw that video and I saw the other one she put up where she talked about her past careers, I can say one thing for absolute certainty. At 21, she has already lived a more interesting life than 90% of us. Not saying it's a good life, not saying it's a healthy life, but damn, she's had an interesting life.
She has that video is actually from 5 days ago, and I threw it into chat there, guys, if you want to check it out. It's a great watch. I don't think I was supposed to laugh as hard as I did at it, but I couldn't stop laughing because I'm nothing without my followers. I look, there's a whole lot of people who aren't skilled to do anything who go to work. They get all kinds of different jobs. You don't have to go work at McDonald's. Go to Walmart, lady. You'd be fine. But yeah, I went to college. I'm $20,000 in debt from college. Well, what'd you study in college?
Yeah.
But she has a newer one where she answers some of the questions. One, she has actually 2 videos from today. The first one told her that her mom told her to never talk to her again because her mom's upset that her daughter's a whore. In the other one, she actually tells us that she hoards so she could make better videos, y'all. She hoarded to get enough money so that she didn't have to work for 2 months so she could make better videos. I'm like, bitch. Just go whore for a while, save up a lot of money, and then it won't matter how many followers you have. You could be as rich as Bernie Sanders.
I'm surprised she hasn't just, transitioned into being just a cam girl. You can make tons of money doing that.
Oh, she's gonna have to. No, Ice Poseidon didn't make a porn video, did he?
No, so the only thing that I've ever seen is that Ice Poseidon on his on some stream. I don't know whatever. He had her on there. She was, well, as naked as you can get with just a thong on. And he had some kind of like robot with a big dildo attached to it. And apparently people had to pay through his channel to be able to control the robot to do things to her on live stream.
Right.
And so that is as much of a porn as it is. I mean, it is pornographic, but it's not like there was actual person on person sex going on.
Oh, jeez.
I know. It's sad. It's just sad. But like I say, she's only 21. If she gets some sense into her head, she'll be fine.
I don't know. Not after what she just did.
Well, no. I mean, her
Jesus
personal
fuck.
reputation is now sealed in stone forever. But you know.
Yeah, you just look, man. Talk about making a bad situation worse. Look, I understand losing your shtick, right? I mean, there's a lot of people who this is how they make their money. hit that subscribe box. But to go out there and like, you guys can't do this to me because I can't get me no real job like you dirty peasants. Bitch, really?
Yeah,
Really?
I was thinking that same thing. She's like, you want to fucking be like you fucking pathetic people? I was a fucking loser because I do what you guys do. Give me money.
I'm not going to be part of the 90%. I'm better than you all. That's basically what she said. I'm fucking better than you.
Yep.
I'm part of the 10% who's better than you.
I'm worthless. I don't have any skills.
Yeah, hey, write a book, bitch.
Yeah, write a best-selling book. You can do it now. Hell, leverage your fame, and everybody loves a comeback story. I tell you what, as I've said a million times, redemption is always far more celebrated than consistency. If you straighten up and write a book about or ghostwrite it at least, you'll make a mint. You'll be fine.
Well, another thing that she tells us in her, I believe it's her latest video, is she comes from money. Her parents are very wealthy.
Yeah, she comes from money.
Yeah, not for money, from money.
Oh, yeah, she comes from money too.
Oh yeah. No, her parents are very wealthy, and she's like, I don't get any of their money. Like, is that because you dropped out of college on their dime?
Oh, completely separate topic. But speaking of failures, have you seen the initial reviews of Hellboy?
Oh God, no! But I can't imagine they're good.
On Rotten Tomatoes, not that I really put a lot of faith in Rotten Tomatoes generally, but they've got Rotten Tomatoes put up this little video. Right now, it's at 9%.
Oof.
And the first couple of reviews I read were like, this devil's horns are blunt and boring. So anyway.
This chick 2 months ago has a video called "I'm sorry I acted like a bad person for clout."
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the other funny thing is, in that story, they repeatedly say, that they think trolls reported her. Trolls reported her. Instagram didn't give her account back. She had to make a new one.
Right.
So, I mean, what you did, bitch? What you did? Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. I don't want to be a sex worker. Takes robotic dildo. Dildo. Yeah. That is
true. That is true.
Look.
Yeah.
She only took dick so that she could make better videos for you. I feel like you are not being appreciative of what she went through for you.
Anyway, that's all the stories about.
All right, guys. With that, we're going to move on to MSS News. If there's a story you'd like us to touch on, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because I haven't taken 2 months off for fucking. Thank you, Corey. Hashtag learn to code. Indeed.
All right. Let me take off the default search filter. Let's see what we get. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Florida Highway Patrol. 3 women arrested after public nudity, car chase, and assault on trooper. That's a busy night. An incident in Pasco County that started with 3 women naked at an I-75 rest stop culminated in a pursuit involving FHP troopers, Dade City Police, stop sticks, pit maneuvers, and tasers, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. Officers said at around 11:15 a.m. Wednesday, Florida Highway Patrol units responded to a report of suspicious persons at the northbound I-75 rest area south of State Road 54. Once there, a trooper reported observing 3 women naked. The women told the trooper they had just showered and were, quote, air drying. As the trooper was gathering information, the women suddenly fled. The trooper initially moved to pursue, but was ordered to stand down as the circumstances did not meet FHP criteria for pursuit. Shortly after, the agency received a star 347 call from a resident reporting the suspect vehicle driving recklessly. At one point, it was driving in the wrong direction on State Route 52. A second FHP trooper initiated pursuit for the reckless driving and deployed a star chase device onto the suspect vehicle, allowing FHP to monitor its movements from a distance. The pursuing trooper backed off as the agency continued to track the vehicle, eventually locating it in a convenience store parking lot on State Road 52 and Curley Road. When troopers arrived at the vehicle, it was empty. The 3 women were inside the convenience store, and as they came out, Trooper Ronald Paulin attempted to take one of them into custody. While Paulin was attempting to complete the arrest, one of the other women in the driver's seat of the vehicle purposely drove at him, according to the agency. Paulin was forced to let the suspect go and jump backwards in order to avoid being hit. At the same time, the third suspect got out of the vehicle with a metal bat and attempted to strike Paulin. Another trooper, Sergeant Dennis Rich, seeing Paulin in danger, struck the suspect vehicle with his patrol vehicle. The suspects then fled the scene again. With Paulin and Rich in pursuit, the suspect vehicle continued to flee eastbound on State Road 52. Dade City Police responding to the area deployed stop sticks and successfully deflated the subject's vehicle's tires. After that, FHP troopers pursuing the suspects were able to perform a pit maneuver and end the chase. However, the suspects continued to resist arrest, refusing to comply with commands and exit the vehicle. They also interlocked their arms inside the vehicle. Paulin then reportedly broke out the vehicle's windows, and the suspects were each tasered in order to take them into custody.
Nice.
Several of the troopers involved in the entire incident suffered minor injuries. FHP identified the suspects as Oasis Shakira McLeod, 18, Janiyah McLeod, 19, and Cecilia Young, 19. They were charged with fleeing to elude, 3 counts of resisting arrest, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and 3 counts of lewdness, indecent exposure. Holy Christ.
Yeah, they were kind of set up with names like that. I don't know what to tell you.
Oasis. I'm an oasis in the desert.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Let's.
Evil One says, please tell me there's cop cam. That would be great.
I can only hope that we see this on live PD or something soon. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. Can it top the last? Woman steals electric scooter from Walmart, drives it to Waffle House to get coffee.
All right.
A woman in Tennessee just wanted a cup of coffee from Waffle House, so she stole an electric shopping scooter to make the slow ride for a cup of joe. Sally Selby, 45, was arrested and charged with theft Friday after police pulled her over on the highway in Crossville for taking the electric scooter on a joyride. Selby was spotted on surveillance video entering a Walmart at about 4:15 a.m., getting into the scooter and riding it around the store as she shopped. She then drove the scooter out of the store about half an hour later, appeared to do a test run around the parking lot before riding it on Highway 127. Cops caught up with Selby around 5 a.m. after receiving reports of a woman driving the scooter on the highway's slow lane. Selby said she was driving to a Waffle House to get a cup of coffee. The scooter was returned to Walmart. I'm assuming she was also arrested, but yeah, she's got a mugshot. She's a very, very unfortunate-looking woman.
No, baby.
Bye, Lady Monkey.
No, I have my shorts pulled way up so that they're not touching my thighs. Love you. She thought I was in here streaming naked.
Oh, you're not a Florida woman.
No. It just looks like I'm wearing a giant man diaper, actually.
Well, that's honesty for you guys. Let's see. This one comes from Princess Unicorn Nipples. And Princess Unicorn Nipples' story appears underneath an ad from KY, because that's the kind of ads I get on my Twitter, apparently. Rapper charged with threatening to shoot up college campus. Uh-oh. Authorities say a Florida rapper threatened to shoot up a University of Florida football game and possibly commit violence at a nightclub. The Gainesville Sun reports that 26-year-old Christopher Maurice McCollum was arrested Tuesday and charged with threatening a mass shooting. The Alachua County Sheriff's Office says McCollum posted a rap on Facebook about a feud with another rapper and several Gainesville men. The song alludes to a concert the next night by Keonta Bullard, I don't know that, known as Youngeen Ace. I don't know what that is either. At a club called 8 Seconds. Do they have a mechanical bull there? They better. Officials say McCollum also raps he will, quote, catch you at a Gator game and shoot the whole campus up, unquote. Well, that's a lyric for you.
Wow.
He's being held on $50,000 bond. Jail records don't list an attorney. Well, yeah, try to be gangsta, see what it gets you. Oh, do I really want to read this one? Sure, why not? This one comes from Frosted Glass. Is this, that looks oddly familiar. Because there's a video I might be doing a video on, and this looks like it might be that couple. I don't know.
You sent me one last night that annoyed me. So which one is this?
Well, this is how black mothers talk to their daughters about skin tone.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to go to our chief black correspondent, Satsu, to tell me if this is actually accurate.
Oh boy.
So they've got little blurbs. They got a picture of the mother and the daughter in question. They have several of these, and then they have little blurbs underneath about what they say.
Okay, before you start, Terry Diamandis, thank you so much. Maybe he meant shoot up with drugs, not bullets. Hey, maybe he was trying to be a good Samaritan.
Yes. So Rajni and daughter Lucienne. Now, Lucienne looks like she's about 1. So I'm not sure what kind of conversation she's having with her daughter, but let's see. Rajni, I'm dark chocolate. She's like a cafe au lait. People say, oh, your kids are going to be so beautiful because they know her father is white. Okay. Or maybe they just are being nice. I have to stop and say, quote, I've seen some busted biracial kids too. Having that whiteness doesn't make her automatically beautiful?
It says your assumption?
The fuck is wrong with you, lady?
So here's a translation. That person said my baby's adorable. I, the not racist, think that all black people can't be attractive, so they must think that, it must be the white side. So yeah. I accused them of that and then told them that their interracial babies are ugly.
When I see me and her together, I'm like, this is a black girl. She's lighter than me, but she's a black girl too. Well, she's as much white as she is black. And I bask in that. Okay, a racial supremacy much? I get to teach her how blackness is beautiful in a society where blackness is not seen as beautiful. We're just seen as an entertainment. Lady, you're the one saying black isn't beautiful. Someone says your kids will be beautiful because maybe they like how you and your husband look as people, not as skin colors. What the fuck, lady? Okay.
Projection.
Next one, Estelle and daughter Sailor. Sailor? Okay. Estelle, I'm light-skinned black, and Sailor basically looks white. And it's true. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that maybe she had adopted the kid or something. She has this skin tone that's accepted universally everywhere.
Is it universally everywhere, huh?
Really? How about amongst other black people? Because I hear about this colorism thing.
Mm-hmm. How about South Africa?
She has an automatic pass with that. What she might run into are questions like, how come you have light skin and your mommy has brown skin? To that, I'm like, can't we all just have different colors? There are so many different colors in the rainbow, colors of skin, that doesn't define who we are. What does is our heart and soul. Well, she might run into questions like, so she hasn't yet, but you're assuming she will. And so you're chiding people who haven't actually said anything to her yet about how they should think and how they're thinking wrongly. Instead of just sort of explaining to a kid who probably doesn't know any better, she's got lighter skin than her mom. Just like, some kids have black hair when their parents have brown hair. And what do you do? I don't know how many more of these I can do. There's like 4 more couples or daughters and things.
Cryptic, thank you. You damn round eyes have priority issues.
All right, I'll put the link in the chat in case people want ones, but I gotta move on because we have other stories. Okay. Let's see. This one comes from Devil Fruit Zero. Am I going to be allowed to read this one? I guess so, maybe. Bridezilla tells pregnant bridesmaid to have an abortion so the wedding runs smoothly.
What?
Really? In recent months, we've heard wild tales of bridezillas making demands of their nearest and dearest, from expecting in-laws to pay for the wedding to giving out an A4 list of strict rules for the big day. But all of these seem inconsequential in comparison to a tale shared by one former bridesmaid on Facebook, which I'm sure is totally accurate and true, but whatever. The woman revealed the shocking moment her friend, the bride-to-be, told her to have an abortion so that she wouldn't complicate things at the wedding. I'm going to read the Facebook post. So about a year before the wedding, I found out I was pregnant. I was not always told I couldn't have... Wait, I was told... Yeah, let me try that again. I was always told I couldn't have kids, and so obviously my daughter was not planned, but I was over the moon. So I told Kate, expecting excitement, right? Nope. She immediately told me I was going to be so stressed trying to get my bridesmaid dress fitting on my own, since I'd have to do it after everyone already had theirs. I was due in April, the wedding was in June. She reminded me that it was a kid-free wedding, and then after thoroughly explaining how difficult her wedding would be for me, she said, verbatim, quote, "So don't you think it might be better for you to have an abortion," unquote?
What? No, didn't happen.
I asked if she seriously just suggested I get an abortion to make her wedding go more smoothly, and she told me I was ruining my life and then called her mom on me to tell me to have an abortion.
Dude, I've seen a lot of Bridezilla thanks to Squishy, and I 100% believe that happened.
I do too. I can believe somebody being that fucking callous. I don't know what Monkey's thinking, but I can believe that someone would be that stupid.
She was due in April. The wedding was in June.
Yes.
What sense would the abortion do?
I don't know.
I mean, that makes no sense.
No, it makes sense.
I mean, the idea that you'd need to abort a child that's going to be born 2 months before the wedding makes no sense.
Well, but I can believe someone would be that irrational in making that demand. That's the thing. I don't know if it happened or not, but I don't outright disbelieve that it could have happened.
Yeah, some of them chicks ain't just bitches. Some of them are idiots, like actual fucking idiots. Like the people who are orchestrating it and doing it are telling them, like, what you are asking for is literally not possible. And it baffles me that as a functioning human, you actually asked me to do that. And they're just like, well, if you were a good enough business, you would make it happen. They're just like, did you not just hear me, bitch?
All right, let's see. This one comes from Chicago Mike. Chelsea Handler blames white privilege for acting like a spoiled brat about Trump's election. Wow. That is some Inception shit right there.
Holy fuck, really?
Chelsea Handler explained that her white privilege, since 2016, the 44-year-old comedian, that's a very generous term to give her, has spent much of her time in the spotlight lambasting Trump and his administration, like every other comedian out there that wants to ditch. She has previously noted that the election of President Trump prompted her to start seeing a therapist and got her hooked on marijuana. Okay, Trump derangement syndrome right there. She has posted a flurry of politically charged tweets and even voiced a jocular attraction to Robert Mueller. On Tuesday's episode of The View, Handler was asked about her latest politically inspired project, which is a documentary about white privilege on Netflix. Oh, I must have missed this one. Quote, white people certainly don't want to talk about it. I hadn't even heard of it. She said, of tackling race relations in the U.S. Quote, so I figured start with myself. So, I can hang myself out to dry at my own privilege. Uh-oh, Chelsea. Chelsea, you invoked lynching.
How dare she?
At my own reaction to the presidency, like a spoiled brat, the way so many people were crying and screaming, it was like, well, nothing in your life has ever gone that wrong before. I really had to take a look and go, no. Yes, my brother died. That was traumatic and awful, but I've never been hungry. I've never been starving. I've never been discriminated against that I knew about. I think it's important to have uncomfortable conversations about race because we have a big situation that's happening.
I mean, look, I think she has a point in what she's saying, but it ain't like the whole white privilege thing or whatever. It's just privilege. Like, privilege is what gave you the realization that you were acting like a fucking idiot based on all of the experiences that you've had in life. You're like, was it really... Could I really have acted better in light of what I've been through and the things I've had to go through? That's fine. That's self-examination. It's just privilege, but it has nothing to do with you being white.
Yeah, it's called proportionality. It's called looking at things in relation to one another and asking yourself, is this really that big of a deal? And it isn't, and it wasn't. But your skin color's got nothing to do with it, because there's plenty of people out there who are raging about Trump still who don't look anything like you, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I thought, like an idiot, Barack Obama being elected was the end of racial tension in this country, and that's not the case. Well,
that's what you get for being an idiot.
In the interview, and tell us how you've helped that by citing white privilege as the great divider, Chelsea. In the interview, Handler noted that she came close to having a mental breakdown after Trump won the presidency in a tight race against Hillary Clinton. However, she said therapy helped her understand why Trump's rise to power affected her so deeply and made her want to take action. I have a feeling her therapist gave her a mission. Quote, I realized what he signified was actually what happened during my childhood when it became undone. When my whole world fell apart, I lost the two most important men in my life, she said. What?
So it's because of daddy issues?
The star described finding out that her father had another child while engaged to her mother. She said that his secretive and morally ambiguous behavior reminds her a lot of the president. But he was
issues.
Yeah, but he was a lot less powerful, thankfully, she concluded. Okay, Chelsea, you're just a mess. I don't know what to tell you. You're just a mess.
She a hot ass mess.
That's Daddy Issues, the comedian version.
Yeah, and still, see, even then, even with this realization of whatever, like, I was overreacting and everything else, she's still looking for a answer outside of herself to blame.
Yeah.
Right? Her white privilege. It's not her. It was her white privilege. So she's still avoiding taking responsibility for her own behavior and actions. She's looking for something else to blame. And she's got a Netflix special to do it. I wish I could have a Netflix episode or a special or something to put the blame of my life on somebody else. That'd be great. Let's see. How many more you want me to do, Monkey?
Let's wrap up there.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We went long on some of those, especially that Chase one. But always remember, if you tag MSS News and MITAM, there's a chance either on here or Monkey in the Morning, your story will be read, just to spread your chances out. So there you go.
You have a much better chance over here.
Probably.
I tell people all the time, when I do remember to do MITAM, it's like, oh shit, I haven't done that in a week or so.
That's why you need a format.
Nah, formats are for Good
What?
shows.
What? Or for what?
Good shows.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Okay. Guys, we're going to wrap up MSS News there. Thank you so much for the submissions, but we must move on. Satsu, what have you been doing on the YouTubes today?
I tried to get some more editing done. I'm almost done pretty much with the wing video I need to upload or whatever. Squishy's day, her day was off today, and I was supposed to take her out to eat. We were gonna go to dinner, but both of us were like, "Yeah, fuck that." So we ordered some food, and we chilled out. And after that, after I hung out with her, I did a stream over on DLive, which is a new streaming service that I've been testing out, and I really like this site. Like the way that they have it set up and everything, it's like the best worlds of both YouTube and Twitch, without all the bullshit, and all the assets and shit work better. Like when you add them to the service, it just, whoa, what the hell is that?
Is that the one that PewDiePie was promoting?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I did a anime discussion. We were just talking about anime and different shows and stuff that I like to watch, and just kind of shooting the shit about that. I'm gonna be dual streaming my gaming streams over there too. Here, let me drop the link for you guys if you want to see anything that I'm doing over there. So far, I've gotten a lot of compliments on the service itself. DLive. I'm gonna share it right now. There's the link for you guys. And a lot of people say it runs smooth. The delay is not that bad. The way the currency and stuff works on there is very easy to understand. And you can I think you get points and stuff just for following other people. Like they really encourage you to check out as many streams as you can to see, if you like people, you get rewarded for that. So it's been good so far. So check it out. Outside of that, I'm probably not going to be streaming tonight because I'm actually pretty tired. After the stream that I did earlier. But tomorrow I'll be playing a bit more Metro, and then Friday we'll be back on our regular streaming schedule for the original Borderlands. So yeah.
All right. And Scribbles, what'd you work on?
I actually didn't get a chance to work on much today as far as videos. I had a particularly crappy day at work. Work-wise, some things fell apart that I thought had been fixed, but they weren't. So I had to do a bunch of stuff I thought I didn't need to do anymore. That's all very cryptic, I understand, but that's just the way it is. But after I did get home from work, I did a episode of Familiar with the Matter with Professor Chaos regarding mall security. And it was, I'll say, Professor Chaos knows a lot about security management and mall security. The guy was practically a living encyclopedia of different information and statistics and facts about the whole industry. So go watch that if you're at all curious about that subject and everything else. I had to cut it a little bit short, though, or at least I had to put a time limit on it, because about an hour into the show, I got a message from work that something was broken and needed to be fixed before the bottom of the hour. So I kind of had to say, well, that's the show, which is just, the perils of live TV, so to speak. So there was that. I've got at least two, maybe three more Familiar with the Matters already lined up, or at least people interested in talking about stuff that I have to start scheduling with. Yeah, that's what I worked on. And I'm still, my next project looks like it'll still be the How Do I Raise a Child Under Capitalism video, which should be very, very informative.
All right. Thank you, Cryptic. Satsu streamed all right. It was steady.
Indeed.
Okay.
No interruptions.
Har, har, har.
I did a monkey in the morning, and actually we basically covered all of the fucketry we didn't get to on the show last night, and it's a great show, man. I had a lot of fun on that one. And after we got through the fucketry, me and Jack it was really Polly's fault, but me and Jack just took things to a weird place, and it was a lot of fun.
Blaming Polly, I see.
It was Polly's fault. We were trying to move on, and he brought it up, and that's his doing. You see, I have this theory, and it's not mine. I've heard it elsewhere, but that women should have babies before they're Faithless. Yeah, you remember. Before they're 35 is like the cutoff. Otherwise, you're gonna have Downsy babies.
Oh no.
Downsy babies.
There's
Downsy babies.
all this left in. There's the Downsy eggs.
Oh. Demonetized.
But if you want to hear more, you got to go watch the stream because, man, yeah, that one, that's enough demonetization for one day.
I was about to say.
That brings us on to the fucketry time, and Satsu again. You want to go first on the fucketry front?
Let me open up Twitter.
I'll just go first because I have nothing to add because I was working all day and so I don't have any fucketry to share.
Okay, so Scribbles has nothing.
So I was there? Is it Misa? Not Misa. God damn it, Nani. She was talking about esports over on Twitter. And she said, man, it sure would be nice to see a female esports team that's actually genuine and good at video games without it devolving into, look, women esports. Look, it's women in esports. Men have had the spotlight for too long. Girl power. And I commented on that because she was talking about the, what is it, that team called? The Vevictus all-female esports team that was like shambled together at the last minute when Vevictus was about to go under or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they claimed that they were seriously trying to get women into gaming, but it was a fucking PR stunt. They did absolutely terrible. They picked people from one of the lower tiers. They didn't even pick anybody who could seriously compete in the competitions or anything. And the argument here is that it's making it more difficult for women to get into gaming. All these like non-genuine groups supposedly bringing up females by hobbling together these groups full of mediocre players just to push a narrative and have a spectacle, and then they do terrible and get kicked out. That's only like showing people that, or enforcing the stereotype that women are not good at games. You know what I mean? Because you're pushing this team. This is the new future of esports, and then they go in and they get wrecked. Right. So those assholes, and they are assholes, the toxic people who are just like, women shouldn't be doing this and all that shit, they have more ammunition. They like, look, they tried it and it didn't work. And one of my responses to that was that I think, once again, putting on my my Alex Jones hat, I think that's what they're doing on purpose. Because we all know that there isn't a significant push against talented or skilled female gamers. For the most part, they're pretty generally accepted, give or take some of the basic harassment you get with being a gamer, added with a little extra shit you get for just being a female. Like, that shit does exist. It's not nearly as bad as people say it is, but it's real. So we're not going to pretend like it's totally fake and just made up. But there's no push against it. But with this being said, they're pushing the narrative that there's a push against it. They're putting forth teams that are really bad and allowing them to get destroyed, which is reinforcing the narrative that women suck at games. And it's making the prophecy that they created real. Like, it's actually making it a problem now, because the more of these fake teams that prop up and do terrible, the more people are like, well, maybe girls do just suck at video games. And the more of an issue it's becoming. So they're like, two birds, one stone. We get to continue to push our narrative, and this thing that wasn't really a big issue then is actually a big issue now. So now we can push it genuinely, and everybody wins, except for the girls that we were trying to protect. So.
Now, there were actual girl gamer teams that were up and coming. I mean, God, more than a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just cobble together. The same thing will happen, by the way, if you just throw some shitty guys together and call it a team.
Yep.
There's actually a reason, and no matter how fucked up we get, that me and Satsu play really well together. You know why? We've been doing it for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, anyhow.
Practice makes mediocre.
At the very least, yes. Well, you get to learn each other's habits and things like that. Yeah, exactly. Know where you complement, and yeah, you can't just throw people together like that. I mean, you can, there's the off chance it'll work, that you just got that perfect grouping together that one time, but it's not very likely. Most of your professional teams, I mean, that's what these guys do for 8 hours a fucking day.
Yeah. And the tripped out part is they were playing League. All 5 of the girls on the team, main support characters. So they all had one skill set. And it was just like, man, like, what did you... And it's funny because everybody's like, well, what did they think was going to happen? This is exactly what they thought was going to happen. And this is exactly what they planned for, because they did a promo before the team came out showing all the girls like getting shot down or something. It was supposed to be like a parody of a music video or some shit like that. And they showed all the girls get like shot down like a firing squad or some shit. And it was just like, they basically telegraphed like, yeah, they're going to get destroyed in this competition. And I'm like, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They knew exactly why they did it. It was a publicity stunt, and it went exactly how they wanted it to. But anyway, that was a part of some of the fucketry that I talked about. And it's not really fucketry because I didn't get into it with anybody, but just like an interesting conversation. And then there was also somebody on Twitter extending a question to all the people who have a problem with naked women being, or just scantily clad women being removed from Mortal Kombat. They were basically saying, why do you need to see that? And I'm like, well, I'm like, we kind of have to go back to the root of the problem, because the people bitching about it existing in the first place is the reason that it's gone. And one of their arguments was like the fact that they're scantily clad and you can see all the skin and stuff doesn't necessarily make them sexy. Like, that's not a defining factor of their sexiness. And I'm like, that's an interesting argument, considering they're being removed because that was the defining factor of them being sexy and, you know, and inappropriate, was the fact that they were exclusively that way. So I don't feel like that's a decent enough argument.
Well, the other thing is, it's not a need, it's a desire.
Exactly. It is a desire. We don't need to see it. I just want to.
Why do you need to remove it? Cryptic, thank you. Chain them to the kitchen. Better for humanity. If you say so. I'm not fighting that fight for you, my friend. Did you have anything else, Satsu?
That's it. That's it. Oh, I did want to address Nothing For You Here statement. He said, why not just do gaming like we did sports, have male and female divisions? What's wrong with that? Because there have been numerous studies showing that there is no actual cognitive difference between men and women when it comes to gaming.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not an actual difference between men and women when it comes to gaming. There's just the perception that women aren't as good. But anyway.
Yeah, there's no sexually dimorphic distance between men and women when it comes to being able to play a video game.
Yeah. Lots of studies have proven that definitively false.
Kyle says bullshit. He's been saying that there's women are slower in reaction time by biology. It's not sexist, it's science. Look, some of the best gamers I've played with are women. That's just fact.
Yeah, they did a whole bunch of studies to it's been well documented for quite some time. I'll have to find it. Let me go to there was a video I had watched that was talking about it. I'll send it to you, or I'll drop it in the chat for you, Kyle's.
But with that, let's see. Wow, I only actually put 2 in here today. Is that true? Wow. Well, plus crazy bitch, who, by the way, has deleted her To My Haters video, which was her newest one. The bitch who cried about losing her Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
During this show, she has deleted one of her videos, and it's the one where she talked about how she paid for her apartment for 2 months by hoeing. So she can make better videos for y'all. But that video's gone, apparently.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, that's a loss. All right, let's get to the title of the video, shall we, of the stream. It has come out that at a CARE meeting, Ilhan Omar, she got up there and she said that CARE was formed after 9/11 because some people did something.
Some people did something.
Yeah, and Muslims all over were being discriminated against because some people did something. And a lot of people have found this and like, ooh. Now, Brian Kilmeade went on to the Fox Morning show and says you have to wonder if she's an American first. That's not fair.
Yeah,
that's still not fair. I mean, it's very dismissive of what actually happened, you crazy bitch. But it's not fair at that point to just go, hey, she's not really American first. Now, you can ask that question of any religious person, actually, because who comes first, God or country? Right? Anyhow.
I suppose.
Dan Crenshaw, the one-eyed guy. He tweeted out, first member of Congress to ever describe terrorists who killed thousands of Americans on 9/11 as some people who did something unbelievable. All right, so those are the two things that are attached to this next tweet. All right. I just wanted to give you some context to what is there. Those are the two tweets that are attached. Ilhan Omar tweeted out, this is dangerous incitement, given the death threats I face. I hope leaders of both parties will join me in condemning it. My love and commitment to our country and that of my colleagues should never be in question. We are all Americans. Sweetheart, you are not the first member of Congress to ever get death threats. Ask Steve Scalise about that. His were delivered in lead to his person. I mean, this man was actually shot. I don't see you ever get up there and whine that somebody has questioned the man. Donald Trump has death threats. Just look up man arrested for threatening the president. Do you know how many there have been? I actually went out and did that today when I first saw this. I'm like, how many? It's just pages and pages of these assholes. As a public figure, you're going to get death threats. You can't go whining every time somebody criticizes you that this is incitement. Fuck off. You're not special. You're not. I remember when I subbed to Ranting Monkey when he had 100 subs. Wow. That was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, man.
I know.
How long have I been around here now? Almost 3 years? Shit.
Yep.
Well, 2.5.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Oh, man. So, yeah, you had no problem coming out and disparaging some Jews right after the shooting in Pittsburgh. Some people might consider that dangerous incitement, you crazy towel-headed twat. You don't get to just say, look, you can't criticize me in public because people have made threats about me. It comes with the territory. It really does. It's not a good thing that it comes with the territory. I wish people didn't go out there and, threaten members of Congress and the president and so on, but that's the world we live in. Stop pretending you're fucking special because of it. Oh, man. Then the other one. Okay, so Donald Trump tweeted out today, so it has now been determined by 18 people that truly hate President Trump that there's no collusion with Russia. In fact, it was an illegal investigation that should have never been allowed to start. I fought hard against this phony and treasonous hoax. That's what Donald Trump.
Oh.
Dr. Eugene Goo.
Goo!
Dr. Goo, you silly, simple son of a bitch. It should be highly concerning that Trump uses crazy language like treasonous hoax. Trump is a deranged dictator out for revenge, and he knows full well that treason is punishable by death in this country. Trump may very well want to start purging his political enemies.
Wow.
Damn. All right. I waiting for that headline to break.
Deranged dictator. I mean, we've been hearing the dictator line, God.
well, we heard it about Obama. We've heard about every president.
No, I think Bush is the first one I seriously heard it about. I don't remember it much under Clinton.
Yeah, no, I guess it depends on who you were talking to. I mean, if right wing radio under Clinton didn't hold back, so I don't think it's a new thing.
I may be wrong, but like, I mean, at the time we're talking pre-internet, so I mean, your right wing radio would be the worst part of it, but like your biggest right wing, I don't think Rush Limbaugh ever called Bill Clinton a dictator.
Well, now the chat will be tasked with doing some quick.
Somebody find out for me. But deranged out for revenge. He's gonna start killing his enemies, y'all. He's gonna start killing his enemies.
And he's a dictator who was. Never mind.
He's basically Kim now.
The Don in his name is because he's Donald, not Corleone.
Oh man, they've gotten so insane about this shit. And it is the hashtag resistance squad. It is not everybody, but there's a ton of people who will read this and go, oh my God, Trump wants to kill people he doesn't like. Chelsea Handler's going to need more fucking therapy now. She's going to read this from Goo and go, oh my God, Trump's going to come kill me.
Well, they were still talking. I mean, I remember early on after the election and before the election, how they were all talking about the squads of deportation squads or whatever. We're going to like roam the country and just, arrest people for looking
new brown
way.
Shirts.
Right. Yeah. And of course that never happened either. Like I say, I'm not a Trump fan, but for fuck's sake, guys, he is not Hitler. He is not dictator incarnate. He is still bound by rules. Yeah, how many times now has the very system, thankfully, in this country, paused or completely blocked him from doing the things that he wants to do through the court system? You can agree with it or not, but that's why we have the checks and balances so that we're not always making knee-jerk decisions about things.
I mean, the Krasensteins also had great hot takes on this one, but Eugene Goo with that he's gonna kill people thing. I'm like, you're absolutely fucking insane.
The death panels are coming. Obama's death panels. Yeah, get along.
God. We still have like 12 minutes. So there's a couple of things that we missed from yesterday that I would like to still do on this show. I don't think we talked about that. Did we talk about AOC blaming global warming on immigration on global warming?
I know I saw the story somewhere. I don't think we talked about that one yesterday.
Yeah, I know I did it on Monkey in the Morning, but I couldn't remember. Yeah, the far right loves to drum up fear and resistance to immigrants. But have you ever noticed they never talk about what causes people to flee their homes in the first place? Perhaps because they'd be forced to confront one major factor fueling global migration: climate change.
Because it's too hot south of the border? Is that the argument?
It's too hot south of the border. Don't worry about, all the other things that we've heard that these people are running from. Death squads, gangs, horrible dictators. None of that. No. It's global warming, y'all. Global warming is causing the immigration problems we've actually been having since before Reagan.
Wow, that is good.
It is, man. Remember, Reagan was the last one to give any kind of amnesty.
That is true.
And he did it because there was a bunch of fucking illegals in the country. Yeah, and it's not that we've made things too cushy here for people who don't belong here. No. They are coming here because of that. The other one I wanted to talk about, because I talked about most of these. I just wanted to bring up AOC to piss off people that get pissed off because I bring up AOC too much.
I was wondering if it's like suddenly AOC appears, like, oh.
I'm going to, just like Monkey Dick, I'm going to do my best, y'all.
No.
At least every time it's on my show.
I don't want to talk about her. Then it's like she's not worth that much energy.
That's why I said at least as long as we're on my show. Where? Oh, this is it. I'm gonna throw a link in the chat for y'all. This is a thing over. This is a Chinese company has come up with these things. It's called an automatic sperm extractor.
Oh, I saw that. I think James Woods tweeted that out yesterday or whatever, and I was just like, for a second, I didn't see what was written at first, so I was just looking at the picture of it or whatever, or the little animation of it, and I was like, is that some kind of sex stuff? Yeah, it is.
Dude, give me a VR headset and one of those, and it's on.
Well, here's my problem with it, and I don't have a problem with it. Good for them. They used a scientific discovery to help people with a serious problem. The reason they came up with this thing is the sucky machine. God damn it.
It's true.
That's why I shouldn't read chat while I'm trying to talk. Oh, anyway, is because apparently men over there are reluctant to masturbate in a hospital. Now, guys, do not just go masturbate in a hospital.
Masturbate. Oh, like if they have to do
a sperm sample.
Yeah, they're for donations and that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not like, you're there to visit your wife who's having a baby and, oh, fuck, I need to rub one out.
I'm in the waiting room getting ready to have my blood drawn. Oh, I need to jerk off. Okay.
Peter says, what are they? Like $1,000 cheaper to get a whore? Well, sure. But I mean, then you're banging a whore in a hospital.
Yeah. And Jesse Taylor already has other problems.
But this is something you're going to know as you get older, guys. Getting older is dehumanizing. Any amount of shame you have as a young man, you will lose by the time you're in your at least mid 50s. If you're really lucky and you live a very healthy life, you might make it to 60 before you start going into hospitals and they start having you do things you never thought you'd do in front of people. And again, masturbating, you don't actually do that in front of somebody. I've had to do it once.
Unless you're Louis C.K.
Oh, it's true. I had to take it, and I didn't have to do it in the hospital. I'm close enough to my urologist that I was able to, do what I needed to do and take in the sample. But after you have a vasectomy, they make you do that to make sure, they cut the right cords or something. Right. Like don't you guys do this often enough that you shouldn't need my backup on this? But anyway, you need to get over it. When you go to a doctor, you ever watch Dr. House and he talks about how much people lie to him?
Yes, everybody lies.
Everybody lies. I don't lie to my doctor. No matter how.
It's not a good idea.
No matter how degrading it is.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to a doctor, especially if it's about something, degrading, I need that shit fixed now. Cryptic, thank you. So an XXX large size is a medium size here? Yes, for Americans it is. And for black guys, it's a small. Did you know what that thing would do to Satsu? That would rip him right off, man.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get in that.
I'd make sure I'd have to get it one custom made. Did you see the comment that was connected to this?
Which one?
There was some chick who does stand up or whatever. She said, "If sex work isn't real, then why are robots taking over our jobs?"
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Holy shit! Your job is to collect sperm for donations? That changes everything."
Indeed, that's just their work.
Like, holy shit! Is that what whores are doing?
But no, it's funny as this thing, because my question was, how much is one of those? And I'm asking for a friend. When you go to your doctor, man, if you're going to your doctor and they need to know something personal, just tell them. Stop being so goddamn American about it, for fuck's sake. Put your Puritan values away. If they ask you, have you touched yourself this week? Tell them honestly, for fuck's sake.
I fucking hate doctors, but I don't lie to them. Like, if anytime I have to go and see them, then because it makes it less awkward too. Like, if they ask you a question and you just answer it immediately and honestly, then they'll just be like, okay, and they'll just move on. Like
it's their job. It's not like they're Gonna follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, there's nothing you can tell them that they probably haven't heard some version of before from someone else. So just get over it.
Cynic says, I have Crohn's. My shame went out the window a while back. Yeah, my buddy with Crohn's, he was the first person who told me that. He like, when you get to be my age, shame will be a thing of the past. I'm like, you're full of shit. And oh yeah, you were right.
I got a coworker who has Crohn's. Oh God, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks.
Yeah, the stuff they have to go deal with their doctors. Yeah. Hey, worst I've ever had is a needle stuck up my butt, but I get it. What? Who?
A needle stuck up your butt?
For what? There's already a hole there.
Unless, I don't know. Not sure.
Oh, because Kyle said when a doctor cuts your asshole open, there's no more embarrassment. Well, that's the thing. And like Satsu was just talking, if a doctor cuts open your ass, right, that's not his first time, unless you know, like at a teaching hospital. Chances are, if it's your, a surgeon you're going to see, he's done it before. He's seen ass before. He's not doing it for fun. He's not going and jerking off in the next room.
Well, these days.
Well, come on.
See, a lot of doctors are relieved.
Stop it, Scribe.
He doesn't have to jerk off. He's got the machine now.
Indeed.
Some of them are relieved when you're straightforward with them because they're like, you made this very easy for me. You know, like,
yeah.
Could have been a stretch and I could have had to like siphon the information out of you, but I didn't. You told me what was up and I can go on with my day.
My friend had a needle shot in his butt once. Dude, you'll be amazed. Here's another thing that happens when you get older. You will find people start talking about the things that happen to their body more than you want to know. And you realize we're all the same. Our bodies fall apart all the same. Blondie says women lose their shame, their hair shame. Their hair shame? As soon as they have their first child. What hair shame?
Well, I know, I've noticed that about women who've had children. It's like they have a very laissez-faire sort of attitude about certain otherwise personal things, because once you've been sort of spread open to the world, et cetera, it's really hard to sort of have the same sense of coyness about some things as you might have had previously.
Yeah, once you pooped on a table in front of God and everybody.
Yeah. Hi, Squishy.
Hey, for the record, doesn't happen to all women. But it is something like a 75% chance that you will poop on the birthing table. Just is what it is, y'all. I straight up tell the doc I don't want the flu shot, but give it to me. Do you say it like that? Give it to me. I don't want it, but give it to me.
Give me your shot, Doc.
No, give it to me.
Give me with your shot.
Maniac Man says, I've had prostate exams already. I'm only 30. I give no fucks, even in physical exams anymore with female doctors. Look, I'm with you, man. There's still that part of me that's like, I don't want to tell you this, but I have to tell you this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like one of the things the doctor asked me about, like how are you feeling? And I have to tell her how I'm feeling, which for a while included very painful boy parts. And I had to tell my female doctor about this in front of my wife.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of hurts. So yeah, I mean, get over it. Little humor there to get into the subject. But yeah, guys, that's your PSA. Just tell your doctor the right stuff. Don't lie to your fucking doctor.
How do we end up here? I don't remember.
The sucking machine, the reason they have those is because those guys are ashamed to jerk off at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
That's why they built them.
Chinese shame leads to incredible invention.
The shame eraser.
Dude, they are definitely going to make miniature versions of that for VR. I promise you. Yeah, and the fucking the machine's gonna move like the virtual girl in the game. Dude, yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, gyroscope, everything. Yeah.
What did you see? The finger-like things on it? I mean, this thing like really actually it basically sucks you right off. Anyway.
Boy.
Man's dick was ripped off by Craig.
No, they're soft. They're soft. Ladies and gentlemen, that means it's your time. questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat right now. We'll do our best to answer them.
Yes.
Data says, for crying out loud, please change the topic. Data, come on, be a grown up, man. It's grown up.
Data's an old man, so he's having a whole bunch of flashbacks from all his visits.
Lords of the Night, what do you think of anal potato beads?
What?
I don't even know I know what an anal bead is.
Yes. Are they the size of potatoes or the shape of them? Is that what they're? I don't understand.
Either way, no.
That would be bad. I mean, yeah, regular anal beads used on a girl that's interested. Sure, I've done that. Potato-sized anal? No, just don't.
I hope that was a typo. So they're ashamed to jerk off, but not to put your dick in a fake device. That to me is also pretty strange because you know what's in that room.
Yeah, but you're just leaning up against it and looking around like you ain't doing nothing. You're just like, never mind.
Hold that thought, Satsu.
I was about to say something extremely revealing.
Well, this is the place for it,
Nah, I'm good.
Kyle's asked, how is AOC any different than a russet potato? A russet potato never went on an adventure with Shrek.
A potato and an onion.
Wow.
Monkey, why did you need to ask about that sucky thing for Scribe? How do you know he was the friend I was talking about?
I didn't even catch that. Damn.
That is
I said asking for a friend.
That's some nuanced stuff right there. Thanks.
They caught what I said. They paid attention to me, Satsu. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Why would a potato need anal beads? That's a great question.
We're getting deeper into this rabbit hole, guys.
Totally.
Now I'm picturing pulling a bunch of stuff out of Mrs. Potato Head.
No. Oh my God.
Do they have a device if you have trouble not jacking it at the hospital?
They fucking put a chastity belt on you.
It's called handcuffs.
Anal beads shaped like Kevin Logan's head. Oh my God.
Oh,
Matt, do you see what you did? Oh man. That's not a question to us. What if they are forced to use it? Is that rape?
Well, yes. Forced extraction of your semen? Yeah, that would be a kind of rape.
What about when you're forced to give a semen sample and you refuse? Could they push you up to that machine? Is that rape?
I don't know. Do people have to have court orders to give up their semen samples? Because I mean,
sometimes, yeah.
The blood sample you can.
Match you can do a lot more than you used to be able to.
Yeah. Okay.
Does the extractor stick its finger up your butt?
I'm sure they will come up with a machine that does that.
That's what the little Asian nurse is for, Sean. What's wrong with you? You advise not to have children after 35. As a young child, I was jealous of other kids who had parents that were in their 40 or 50 years old. Am I the only one who's like this?
Well, my parents didn't have me until after they'd been married for 10 years. My mother had several complications in getting pregnant, and then suddenly I came along 10 years after the fact. So my parents were always a little bit older than the kids' parents around me. I just thought it was normal. I don't know if I don't know that it contributes to the question at all, but I've lived with quote unquote older parents my whole life. So
all the parents around me, I mean, we were Navy brats. All of the parents were young. Then we moved up here and we had our kids and we'd go to the parent teacher conferences and things like that. And all the other parents there were like geriatric.
I will say, though, that them being a bit older than everybody else exposed me to a lot of music and information and mannerisms that were just slightly antiquated, which I think contributed to my, I don't know, fast maturity as a kid or something. I'm not quite sure.
Monkey, have you ever considered being flayed? Your skin won't hurt after that. I'm good.
Jesus. Well, this is going to turn into some Hellraiser shit right here.
Are you going to make a My Anime list, Satsu?
I've made one before, and I don't know where it went. It was in a notepad on my phone, and I'm pretty sure I synced it, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm gonna log in real quick and check and see if it's still there, because I did make one. There was like 100 shows on there.
Suicide Grunts asked if we saw that NASA released the first ever pictures of a black hole today.
Yeah,
I did.
When I saw it, the first thing I thought was, how long until somebody makes a goatse meme out of this? And it was about 10 minutes later.
Yeah, everything I saw was a Sauron's eye.
Oh, yeah. I saw Harambe. Somebody said zoom in, and it was like Harambe was at the center.
Nice. I still want to know why there's light.
The event horizon. There's a reason for it, Monkey.
If no light can escape a black hole.
Well, that's the event. Imagine a funnel, okay, like a funnel of water falling through it. Okay, that's the concentration of all the stuff that is falling into the hole. And so, since it's all concentrated around that edge, you're going to see light because light is being sucked into the hole.
Yeah, the hole is in the middle, Monkey.
Yes,
that's why it's flat.
I understand that.
You understand that? Do you understand how the cocksucking machine works now?
I still say that makes no sense. That's some sci-fi shit that makes no actual sense.
You got the sci part right. That's not the phi part is off.
Well, it is still fiction because this is a. You'll notice that they didn't say we took a picture of a black hole. We made a picture of a black hole.
Yeah, it is the bringing together of what was it? 5. It was like some crazy measurement of information, like petabytes or something like that, which is like a zillion billion megabytes or something of information all put together to arrange.
You get
a representation.
You give me a Polaroid of one, then we'll talk.
A Polaroid of one.
Yes.
You want
Polaroid of it?
Polaroid of a black hole.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll be taking that from the inside of it, because.
So you don't believe in black holes, is what you're saying?
Do I not believe in black holes? I think black holes are at this point science fiction.
Okay.
They're unproven science. They're literally based on a guess.
Okay.
With the jacking device, is the threat of Skynet now much more real?
Oh, if people give over their autonomy and souls to a sex machine, probably.
What kind of Terminator did you watch?
What kind?
I don't remember the sucking the sucking robot.
The Terminatrix.
What?
Didn't you watch Terminator 3 with the hot chick that like increased her breast size and everything to accommodate human attraction and all that?
Yeah.
You know, off screen she was doing some crazy shit to try to find the Terminator.
All right.
And
I would figure she would just be able to like smell him.
Yeah, no.
My mom was born in 1919 and dad in 1904.
Whoa, who's that?
Data. Data's got mad because I mentioned the Downsy eggs.
Oh.
Then he got even more mad when I pointed out he got lost in a base. I'm not saying you're Downsy. Just not saying you're not. Has Monkey? No, I still haven't watched the movie Matta. Jesus,
and he never
Jump.
will.
I will.
Someday my dreams will come.
The Event Horizon, that was a good movie. There you go.
Event Horizon is still one sick, creepy movie, even though the special effects in some places are a little off the CGI, but otherwise, I still love that movie. It's got such great actors and great lines. It's wonderful.
Have you seen Bad Dragon Toys? No. I don't know what that is.
No, I don't know what that is. Like Bad
Satsu?
Robot.
Bad Dragon Toys?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? No.
That would be a no all around.
9.
9.
Sean says a black hole. They haven't seen black porn before? Of course I have, but it's actually typically very pink. At least in the porn, because that's what you want for that for the camera to pick it up well. Unless you go amateur, which I do, or at least that's what I've heard. Did you hear about Blizzard banning the OK symbol at esports because it's white supremacist? I saw a little bit about that. I didn't follow the stories.
True.
Yeah. They banned it. Quartering did a video on it, and he was doing a response video to somebody who he's got like 1 million subscribers who was like, Blizzard is right for doing that. Like, that's fucking retarded. That's fucking retarded, and everybody there should give the OK symbol the OK symbol followed by the finger.
Just have everybody do it all at once and be like, so you're going to give away all this money? You're going to ban every single human being in this room? Cool.
Yeah, but most of them won't because, gee, Christ, sorry about my throat here, guys. Excuse me. But most of them won't because they're the sorry little pussies who are like, yeah, that is a white supremacist symbol. Where are we at in here? Jim Healy says, go watch this video. It explains what you see. I love when I piss people off with science because they're all like, go watch this. You'll believe in me. Not how it works.
Believe in me.
Why to invite that degenerate Peter on Monkey in the Morning? He's from a fake country.
Oh, Australia? Yeah, it's true.
Because as upside down as he is, it makes me feel right side up.
I got a headline for you guys.
Uh-oh.
The film industry started with majority women, so the idea that women cannot make movies is bogus.
The film industry started with majority women. What?
Yes. So the idea that women cannot make movies is bogus. You know, that idea that nobody has but the people who say that other people have it.
Yeah, because there have been no movies made by women ever.
Yeah, and everyone that ever has been have all been hailed as horrible films.
And you know, almost every study or complaint I see about women in Hollywood and everything, they always, the metric is always, we took the top 400 grossing movies of 2007 or 2017, and 95% of them were directed by men. And it's like, yeah, but the top grossing movies, that's like doing the same, the Fortune 500 CEOs. Yeah, there's tons of women CEOs. They're just not all Fortune 500 companies, like most companies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Overlooking, and they always select this 1 year to show like, oh, female characters can make money. It's like, yeah, because what came out that year? Oh yeah, Force Awakens, The Hunger Games, Wonder Woman. All these things came out that had tons of money and female lead characters, which was an exception compared to every other year. See, females can make money. Yeah, thanks.
But it's weird because I feel like that statement negates their claim. They're just like, we looked at all these movies that made money due to factors that is of nobody's control. The movies were made and people went to go see them. That is the only thing we can really say about them. And these particular movies made the most. What's the commonality? Most of them are men. So that means women are good at making movies. It's like, no, it doesn't.
The commonality was, at least in the case I was talking about, is you had movies associated with major franchises that had a built-in audience.
Right.
DC, Star Wars, and The Hunger Games or whatever. It's just like, guys. Or maybe it was 2014. Anyway, it was 1 year where like the Force Awakens came out and like a bunch of other stuff came out that was all based around major franchises. Anyway.
Oh, good Lord.
Make a movie. Make a good movie, and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. Just make a good movie.
Harbo Smarbo said, did you see Crowder's music parody called Dr. Trump. I did, and like most music parodies, it went on too long. It was humorous, but dear Christ, it just drug on.
Parody of
Dr. Feelgood.
Oh,
but it's him and the gang actually dressed as Kiss.
Okay.
But Crowder's actually playing Trump as the front man. Fuck, what's his name? Not Gene Simmons, the other one. Fuck, I forget his name.
No, what's his name? I don't know.
Anyway,
Members of Kiss. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, he's playing, and it's funny, but again, yeah, just
Ace Frehley.
No,
Was it Ace
I don't
Frehley?
believe so.
Okay, never mind.
But it just goes on for too long, like so many song parodies do. Monkey, if E equals MC squared and C is the speed of light, and it's a constant speed, and that is as fast as you can go, how can it be squared? Let's see, where are we? Lords of Night. Excuse me. Would you rather wear Victorian era clothing for 3 days or a skin tight rainbow bodysuit for 2 weeks?
Victorian era clothing.
Yeah, I'd rather. Either way, I'd rather wear something for only 3 days rather than 2 weeks. Unless we're allowed to clean it in between time, and then I don't care. Satsu?
Can I wear both at the same time?
Oh, Victoria era for you is chains, isn't it?
That's just intersectional. Victoria era is what? Oh, yeah. Well, no.
I mean, it depends on what part of the world we're talking about. Because I mean, anyhow,
would I be allowed to? I think is the question.
Yeah, there you go. I think you're stuck with the rainbow bodysuit, my friend. Satsu or Ranting Monkey, did you see the list I posted on Twitter? There are 18 Dems running for POTUS. Is that a lot? It seems like a lot.
I am curious if that's a larger number than in the past of this at this stage of the election, let's say, because rest assured that number will be whittled down significantly between now and January next year.
One of the strange things about the Republicans in 2016 was how many of them stayed in the race all the way up until the debates.
Yeah.
And that's when you started seeing them drop like flies, actually.
Yeah.
So we'll see how many of them stay in long enough to matter. I mean, there's a lot of people who run every fucking time. You just never hear about. Excuse me. Oh, man. Baddragon.com fetish sex toys, dragon dicks. Oh
no. Is that what that is now? Okay.
Okay. Have you guys had colorful carrots before?
No, but I've seen them and I was fascinated. I'm like, what the fuck? How does that happen?
What is it?
They're just carrots that are different colors.
Oh, what do they like dye them or something?
I don't think so. I don't think it's like a
strain of carrot that looks green or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I was very fascinated by it though. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy.
I'm looking for questions and they seem to have dried up, at least at the part I'm on. You think you can convince SJWs that a shocker symbol is anti-white supremacist so they start doing it all the time? Probably, but most of them, I've already seen it as a it's a misogynist symbol. Satsu, why didn't you do the ham sliders with herb butter video?
Because I don't have the stuff to make it yet. That's those pictures of the ham sliders or whatever. I made that a long time ago. Some of those pictures that I post on my Instagram and stuff are older pictures that I was posting on my previous Instagram account. So not everything you see on there is stuff I've made recently, but I did put it back on my list as something to make down the road. I just don't have the stuff to make it.
Did you see the first photo of the black hole? Yeah, we talked about that. You only get energy by accelerating mass, or he fucked up. There's people answering data in here. Blah blah blah. Have you noticed Penny Marshall, director of A League of Their Own, doesn't get credit for being a legendary female director?
How many? Well, she did make several movies. The only ones I remember, of course, are like League of Their Own, I think, and maybe was Postcards from the Edge her? I forget.
Didn't she do one of Whoopi Goldberg's movies?
I think so.
Did she direct Jumping Jack Flash?
That I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah, I mean,
which is still a hilarious movie.
Oh yeah, it was.
Even though I watched it relatively recently, and it's a bit more ridiculous now because of modern times, but all the same, it's still funny.
At least back at the time, yeah, it was. She did Jumping Jack Flash.
Okay. All right.
At the time, she used to get a lot of credit, man. And when A League of Their Own came out, that she was all over the place with them talking about, because her dad was a director as well, Gary Marshall. Yeah, let's see. She did Awakening. She did Big.
She did Awakenings?
Apparently.
I didn't know
she did. Or was she in it?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. If she directed Awakenings, that's amazing, because I was like, oh, I love Awakenings.
Let's see. What is her? Yeah, she directed it.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's a great movie.
Yeah, she's directed a lot more than she acted, actually.
Oh yeah, probably.
Let's see. Why does Weibo like to torture her viewers? You would have to ask her.
She's a sadist.
Or
she's noticed that her viewers like it when she tortures them.
Thank you for dropping the Streamlabs link there, Scotsman. Don't forget the links for everything are down below, guys. What's the difference between a booger and a kami? No one's happy to see a booger hanging.
Oh.
Ouch. Ouch. That's not nice to the commies. Fuck the commies. Where are we here? There's a lot of chatter going on in chat, which is great. You guys can talk. I'm just looking for the questions or things or statements that are directed to us, which, by the way, are supposed to have statement marks, guys. You don't know what those are? You haven't been watching enough. This is a ranting monkey carrot. And then there's a link from Data. Don't know what that is. Follow at your own risk. Remember, Data gets lost inside bases he helped build. Have you ever closed your eyes really tight and seen the big yellow hoop? No.
No, stop staring into the sun.
Monkey, would you endorse a male director identifying as a female to blast the SJW crowd on female directors?
What about the Wachowskis?
Do you mean just to fuck with somebody? A male director goes, hey, fuck it, I'm a female?
Oh.
I would laugh. I don't care. I think they deserve it. It's like the Yubi. Is that his name? Subi? Fuck. What? The rapper dude who broke the British lifting.
Yeah.
And he broke the women's British lifting weight records for deadlift. He did it for he said he was going to do it for bench press. I don't know if he ever did. And for one other. But he identified as a woman when he did it so that he could have the records. I support that kind of fucketry.
You know, most movies, except for relatively recently, directors weren't the superstars of the films, usually, unless they were like a real auteur or some big personality or
Spielberg.
Something. Yeah, Spielberg. But yeah, so I mean, most of the movies that I like, I can't remember who directed them. Like Awakenings. It's like, oh, was that Penny Marshall? Like, I don't care. Is the movie good? That's really all that matters at the end of me.
Well, the only reason I remembered Penny Marshall directed Jumping Jack Flash is because when A League of Their Own came out, they always talked about movies she had directed, and that one came up repeatedly. Have you had a chance to edit and post the Grand Monkey video? Have you seen it yet? There's the answer to your own question there, Peter. Damn Aussies and their weird question. No, I haven't had a chance to. Sorry, that was kind of dickish, wasn't it?
Well, it was very dickish, you fucking asshole.
Well, you know why Peter's having that problem? Because all the blood's rushing to his head because of where he lives.
Because he's standing upside down.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for completing that joke for me, Monkey.
Have you seen the Lion King trailer? Yes, I did.
Still pointless.
And you know what I thought the whole time? Just play the fucking cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Just Disney would make a billion extra dollars for practically nothing if they just remastered the old classics and re-released them in the theaters as widespread as they would one of these new things. I don't understand the logic behind remaking these things.
I can get the appeal of, say, Beauty and the Beast, where you actually have a lot of people in the movie. But when all you're doing is having animals walk around literally in the exact same cuts as you have the cartoon, where's the difference there?
That was like when Gus Van Sant made a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho. It's like, what is literally the point? Just watch Psycho.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying about re-releasing the old ones, and I do. I'm mostly with you on that, but at least I can see the appeal of doing it when there's humans in the movie.
I guess, but still, don't remake them shot for shot.
But if it's just going to be the same damn thing, I don't get it. Did you see the Scribe? Did you see the response I sent about the tweet you sent about staring into the void?
Oh, yeah, about. Yeah, I don't know why that came up in my YouTube. YouTube suggests some really weird shit to me sometimes. It's completely like, why are they sending this to me? I think I must have watched like some music video and it decided, oh, you need to watch this too. Yeah, Caramel Dancing. Holy shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's from like 2008 or something.
That's some old school shit.
Oh.
Okay. You guys know the new site that I'm streaming on, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a person streaming on here right now, or that was streaming on here earlier, I've seen. They had 100 people watching, and the stream was titled "Invisible Man Streams for Charity." And it was a picture. It was a chair in a room, an empty room, with a picture, a PNG of headphones floating in the air, and there was like 100 people watching it.
Standards.
I'm just like, what is happening right now? Yeah.
Can you start shaving 10 to 15 minutes off question time and do more MSS news instead? Probably not.
Yeah, we hardly get to the questions as it is. All this fucking.
Lords of Night, should I be sorry about introducing y'all to anal potato beads? To be honest with you, I'd already forgot it till you re-asked the question.
I still don't know what they are, so.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be any indictments from the Mueller report? No. I
itself? Well, I mean, technically there have been because the report has all the stuff that has like Manafort and all of those stuff in there. So
yeah, I'm assuming they meant going forward.
Yeah, except for peripheral things that are already attached to investigations we've already heard about. I would be surprised. It's not impossible, but I would be surprised.
Is it wrong that I kind of want to get a gorilla to fling shit at SJWs? Yeah,
a little bit.
That's assault.
You might have some issues you need to work out.
Satsu lemonade or limeade?
Lemonade, definitely.
Peter asked, did Stan Lee ever direct anything? I honestly don't know.
I know obviously he produced and wrote a bunch of things. I don't know if he directed anything. Yeah.
Okay, we're at the end here, so let's grab the last question because everything just jumped. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Smooth Yoda? The Smooth Yoda thing, I don't get why y'all are so amused by it, but
I don't know what that is.
It's a picture of Yoda that one of the minions had smoothed out, so he kind of looks like he's been glazed.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I think that gets almost everything. Do you think the Matrix would have been better if they went with the original idea of humans being data processors instead of batteries? I don't know if it would have mattered.
I think the batteries, the sucking the life force out of you kind of thing makes it a bit more sinister. It makes humans just basically meat instead of like useful as data process. I mean, being data processors would at least acknowledge that they're thinking human beings or thinking creatures.
Oh my God.
What?
This dude that's streaming right now, the title of this stream is Call Me, and he has his phone number there.
Oh,
That's smart.
Don't do it.
With
Well,
that,
right now he's
guys,
talking to somebody about the website, so
that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with you. Thank you for your coming and hanging out with you.
Wow.
Coming and hanging out with us.
Hanging
Thank
out
you
with
so much.
is why the Chinese built that machine.
Thank you so much for the donations tonight. I am humbled by your generosity, and I thank you just for supporting what we do here. Scribe, Satsu, a pleasure as always. Everybody, your lives make us sad. We'll see you next time. Bye,
Bye, guys.
everyone.
fuck off.